So welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. Today I will show you how you can set up the Json file by creating it and how to create a class who will allow you to take a bridge between the Json file and the Unity part. So let's get started. So first thing we need to do is to open the localization data. So we don't need the using Unity engine because we don't heritate from mono behavior. We can erase this. We can erase the system collection because we don't need to use that. We can erase the function start and update because we'll not use that too. And what we want to create is so we'll need to add a system if you want. So system, all right, system.serializable. And what we want to create in this system serializable, we want to create a new class. We call this class localization item. I will explain it to you just after that. So in this class, what we want to have is a public string, name it key, and the other one a public string, name value. So basically how this thing will work, so each text mesh pro will got a key, and for each key this will be assigned a value. Very easy. And what we want to have, what we want to add in the localization data, we want to add a public list, and we want to have a list of localization item, and we want to name it this item. So basically here with the item, I just create a list will contain all key and all value. So one list for all key and all value. So to do that, to make this thing work, I need to create a JSON file. So it's basically up to you. I don't know if you're working on Windows or Mac, but to create the JSON, I will use Visual Studio Code because I don't want to use Visual Studio Basic. But you can use Notepad++ or Sublime Text. It's really depend to you. But for my part, I like to use Visual Studio Code. So let's open this this editing text, and let's create a new file. So let's create a new file, and first thing we want to save it. So save, and I want to save it maybe on a desk. So let's call this one text underscore en.json. So make sure to name it like this, but I will explain it later, but it's nice to have a name of the file underscore the language this JSON will stand for. So for example, if I want to use the if or, I will name this one text underscore if or. If I want to use Spanish, I will use underscore es, etc, etc. So for the main example, I will use text underscore en. Alright, and how the JSON will work with this, again, I'll show you the class. So how to handle this this class on a JSON? Very easy. We just want to create an array who will contain all my key, and it stands like this. So you need to open the bracket. So let's first looking for items. So make sure make sure the case is sensitive. So if you use item with a lowercase, you need to use item with lowercase. If it's an uppercase, you need to use uppercase. If you got underscore or anything, you need to be the same as you declare it on the localization data. So make sure to make no mistake, because if you make a mistake, it will not work. So item, dot, and let's create our array. Sorry, it's not a two dot, sorry, like this. So let's open my array. And for example, because I create an array, I want maybe to be for my first value. So the first value will be composed by key, and the key will have a value, comma, and we need a value, and the value need to have a value for sure. And there it is, guys. There is no magic. This is how you can create an array in a JSON file. So basically, this will allow me to use one key. So if you have, for sure, you will have more of a text in your application. So if you want to add another key, you just need to insert comma, and let's copy paste this. And you can add any more key you want it in this array. So for example, for this first key, I want to give this value. This is my first key, and the value of this is my first key should be, for example, this is a test in English. So one more thing, if you finish your array, for example, this one should be your last value, don't forget to remove the comma. So again, this show you the key, and this show you the value. The key should not be changed between the language. So for example, if I create another JSON, for example, file, let's create a new file, let's save it, let's name it text underscore fr.json. All right. You should use the same type of key, but the only thing will be changed will be the value. And this is how you can manage to use multi-language. So instead of this is a test in English, we'll create ceci est un test en français. So basically, I just translate this sentence in French. But as you can see, the key is the same. But depending on which JSON file you will open, as you can see, the value will be different. And you can do that for the other key. For example, I will copy this. So this is my second key. So you can see I use a capital letter and underscore for key because I like the way it is. But it's not important to use capital letter or underscore. You can name it like this if you're familiar. You can use Toto or it's up to you basically. But I like to use capital letter and underscore for the key. And for the value, for example, I will use another value. This is a second test in English. Alright, and for the if or key, I just copy paste the key and the value, and instead of changing the key will be the same, and I think you get it now. I just change the value, so I would just say ceci est un deuxième test en français. So again, I just translate this in English, and you can do in French, and you can do this for Spanish, Deutsch, any language you want, and this should work. So basically, when you finish to create all the JSON, I will not create the Spanish and the Deutsch because I already create one. If you finish to create your JSON file, so what we want to do is going to the asset and make sure to drag and drop your JSON file into the resource file. So I'm gonna do it right now. And as you can see, in the resource file, JSON file is treated like a TXT file. But don't worry, we'll get this in the next part of this tutorial. Thanks for watching. So if content equal to like or user learned something equal to true, user should thumb up plus subscribe. Else, user should dislike but help me to improve. Thank you, and I'll catch you guys next time.